OJRV Champ P. This is a document that I can pretty much share with anyone. If I were to speak with another artist and they would ask me, well, what's the method or what's the secret of selling my art? And I would share with them the same thing that was shared with me at age 18 with my teacher, David Sams. What was back in 1993, shared with me, and that's another story. He says, Paul, get used to drawing things for others instead of for yourself. And keep in mind, if you get an order, draw what the people want, not what you want. I took that and ran with it. Time goes on, 10 years later, I started making a lot of money, but it was mostly portraits. And what I've learned, every part of town has their own trend. Some like portraits of people, some like portraits of cars, some like portraits of this and that. Everyone has their own thing. And everyone, that's just what I've learned. So what I would share with a young person is that was very helpful to me, because it's crazy. It's still saying everybody wants what they can't have. So what I was sharing with someone, a neighbor of mine, I said that what I've learned over the years is that a lot of times people come over and see something, they be like, oh man, that's awesome, I like that, I want that, how much? And I'll be like, it's not for sale. And they'll be like, okay, well, the reason that is, if it's commercial, okay, number one, the person, because of all the copyright laws and all that, you don't want to ever give up something that took you months and weeks or weeks and months to do, and it's for commercial. It's the foundation, and with this foundation, it gives inspiration and it gives more ideas. You don't want to get rid of that stuff, because someone could put a copyright on it. Okay, this is why the stuff that I have online, I put with that it's yours. You can do whatever you want with it. You have the copyrights for it, etc. It's my cat meowing. I have to sit next to him while he's eating. Okay, yeah, you know they can do whatever they want with it. As I put online, they have all copyrights, all royalties, because it's not a foundation, it's not commercial, it isn't designed for more ideas. Okay? And it's not sentimental. So those are things that a lot of artists don't want to get rid of, and it makes sense because of the copyright laws, and etc. But what if, and I love playing a what if game, I would share with a young person, you were to have a collection, a small collection of 5 things that you know people are going to like. At least 85% of people are going to like. Okay? And you're not scared to let go, because it's not commercial. It's not designed for ideas. It's not a foundation. What if? What if you have 5 pieces? Now you're starting to think out of the box, because you stepped out of the box. This is what I would share with a young person. Everyone has their own strategy. But in order for you to think out the box, number one, you have to be humble. Number 2, you have to be open-minded. But what I've learned, you have to step out of the box. Step out of the box for a few seconds. And now you see things from a different perspective. Because as I said, everyone has their own point of view toward art, and every part of town has their own trend, their own trend of what they want on the walls. So that's what I would share with a young person. In order for you to think out the box, you have to step out of the box. Thank you for your time. Champ of Mount Legacy. Today's date is 11/23/2024 time, 8:05 a.m. Champ of Mount Legacy. P.S. Second half, because I have to spend time with my cat. He's demanding. I had to spend time with him to eat for a little while. He lets me know he ain't going for it. P.S. with the subject I will show a young person is, first of all, just like art is a never-ending story. We're just speaking on 180, which means dead end subjects as far as we can go, the basics, because it's a never-ending story. So is business, and so is business and art combined it. So you got to have a silly, stupid, crazy sense of humor sometimes to keep your sanity. But anyway, what I want to share with a young person that might be helpful is, of course, everything's a dice roll in a cup against the wall. There's no guarantees in life, but bills and P.S. Second half because I have to spend time with my cat. He's demanding. I had to spend time with him to eat for a little while. He lets me know he ain't going for it. P.S. What the subject I will show a young person is, first of all, just like art is a never-ending story. We're just speaking on 180, which means dead end subjects as far as we can go, the basics, because it's a never-ending story. So is business, and so is business and art combined it. So you got to have a silly, stupid, crazy sense of humor sometimes to keep your sanity. But anyway, what I want to share with a young person that might be helpful is, of course, everything's a dice roll in a cup against the wall. There's no guarantees in life, but bills and bad hair days. I would share that what I'm learning, just like saying everyone wants what they can't have, maybe that's why when someone comes over to the studio, they see something, it doesn't have a price tag on it. Maybe it's a psychological thing. I don't know. Okay? But the stuff that does have a price tag on it, they don't want to look at. So it's kind of silly. I was watching a movie, and maybe these stores exist some in high-end parts of town where you just walk in and nothing has a price tag on it. I guess you have to bid, make an offer on it. Maybe they exist. I've seen it in the movie. Maybe they exist. I've never been in one. But maybe there is also a psychological deal to buying, something that affects us all, including me. Whatever I see that I know I can't afford, or I know there's no way in heck that I could throw it in my backpack and skate with it back home, if that's what I want. But something small and convenient, okay, I don't even want to consider. Maybe that's how the mind works. I don't know. There's a bunch of maybes. There's a bunch of maybes in art, but you just got to keep throwing the dice. But what I have shared was in the first half of the recording, because this is a combination recording, is all that I know. So these are things that I try to remind myself, because it's a never-ending story on art. It's a never-ending story on business, and both combine it. But what I am learning is if you can already have things, which is very hard for me if you're a portrait artist, because we're only trained to draw what we see and what people want and what people order. It's very hard, but it has to be done. I have to step out the box to train myself. Can I draw things that there's a 85% or more out of 100% chance that people probably want, and probably want right now? This is what I'm learning. So that's all I have to say. That's the best advice that I give someone, because I know there's a lot of amazing young artists out there. I look at Instagram a lot, man. There's just amazing. Whoa, I look at their stuff and I'm like, whoa. How do they do it? Anyway, that's all I have to say. Champ My Legacy. Today's date is 11/23/2024. Time 9:14 a.m. Champ My Legacy.